Hi guys, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be showing you how I added the ventilation to my DIY sauna. So to get started, I'm just going to drill a pilot hole here down by the door for the intake vent, and I'm going to use a hole cutting bit to cut a hole all the way through. Just finish that pilot hole off, then we can go outside and do exactly the same to finish this hole off. So this is pretty straightforward. The goal is just to get a hole that goes all the way through the building from outside to inside. And you can see exactly how that looks now. But the goal now is we need to completely seal this with some ducting so that this hole is basically a fully sealed extraction unit that won't let any moisture or air escape into the envelope of the building. So you can see that aluminium ducting running through here and also the external vent cover. Now once I'd cut the ducting down, you can see that I've gone all the way around the inside edge there with silicone. I did exactly the same on that outside as well and fixed that cover on. So at this point, no moisture or air should be able to get, around the outside of the ducting. So I'm just going to show you how this looks while I put the exhaust vent in here. So I'm just manipulating the aluminium ducting here, just pushing it through the hole that I've cut, which is relatively tight. So it's already quite a snug fit, but obviously moisture and air can get through there. So as you can see, I'm just going to get a load of silicone around this. Then I'm going to put the vent cover on the outside. Then I'm going to put a load more silicone on. And the real goal here, again, I'm just going to stress this point, is to make sure that no air or moisture can get in behind the ducting. The only way the air should be able to pass through here is directly through the inside of that ducting. So I've just really made sure that I thoroughly sealed around the ducting itself so nothing can get into the main envelope of the building behind the cladding. Okay, get that little clean off, and I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so we'll move on to the internal vent cover now. And for this, I'm using alder vent covers. So this is the exact same wood that I'm using for the cladding inside. So you can see it matches up really nicely, looks really nice and neat. And I'm going to fix this on with some stainless steel screws. So I'm just going to line that up, put the first one in. I'm just going to let that go down a little bit here while I grab a level. And I'm just going to make sure that this is sitting nice and level. Once I'm happy with that and the bubbles right in the middle, I'm just going to make a little pencil mark so I don't have to hold it in the exact position. I know that I can put it back exactly where it wants to go. Then I'm going to grab another stainless steel screw and just fix this side in. Also worth noting, I'm using the impact driver here, but I am going very gentle to put it in, and I just tighten these up by hand afterwards. But once that's done, you can see we've got the exhaust vent there up at the top. We've got the fresh air intake vent at the bottom, which is going to be just behind the stove itself. And this is going to allow air to basically circulate around the room due to natural convection. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like now. So in this diagram, you can see we have the fresh air intake at the bottom, and then the heat from the stove is going to pull the hot air up. The hot air is going to rise, curve around the roof. And then there is the exhaust vent there, but if we have the exhaust vent closed, the air is going to circulate back around to the stove, and that's going to create that natural convection that's just going to ensure that the entire room is basically at a very, very similar temperature, so you don't get cold feet and stuff like that. And then when you want to dry it out, you can open that exhaust vent to dry the room out. But you can see basically here the flow of air and how that would look. So I hope you found this video useful. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Obviously, if you want to watch the rest of this build, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and I will see you in the next one, guys.